Hey, what is up everybody? It is Wick here, and I've got a video on some kind of rare things to look for when you're out at garage sales and thrift stores and estate sales. These things are going to be kind of hard to find, but you should probably know about them because you don't want to pass them up. I've made a few videos like this in the past and people seem to enjoy them. If people keep liking them, I'll keep making them. So if you do enjoy videos like this, make sure to hit that like button. Let me know. But the first thing we got here is this Jibba Jabba. They're articulating type toys, wooden toys, and I learned about these years ago. I always check for them, or at least watch for toys that look like this just to check them. And these can go for a lot of money. You can see this penguin here went for $660. It's pretty amazing. You got a monkey, you got dogs, you got some, looks like just soldier toys. And these are from Denmark, and I guess the artist that does these is pretty popular. I'm not sure why exactly. One of the great things about reselling is you always find new items you can learn about, and this is one of them. They'll have a mark on them, usually a sticker, sometimes it's like a stamp, and all you gotta do is just, you know, when you go to like Goodwill, there's a wood section where there's just like wooden like house decorations and wood bowls and all this kind of stuff. Just check, just keep an eye out for these articulating toys. There's an elephant, there's a bear. Yeah, even some of these bowls, I guess some salad bowl sets for $203. Those are pretty nice. Actually, I didn't know that. I'm just learning that right now. I did not realize he done bowls as well. Yeah, you can see there's different monkeys, and you gotta pay attention to these listings as well, because people will say things like, you know, Jibba Jabba, like it's not actually his stuff, it's just, you know, similar. And all of these, I believe the earlier ones do better. I think he done more. I think most of them's from the 60s, but something definitely to look out for. You don't want to go to an estate sale, open a closet door, look in there, and there'll be 3 or 4 of these things, and you just think they're, you know, just generic toys or something, when they could be made by this guy. You can see up here even, this says right on the listing, estate find. So this was found in an estate sale. I don't know what he got for it, not $490 because the best offer was accepted, but I would say probably in the $200 to $400 range. But keep an eye out for these wooden toys. Obviously it would be a great pickup if you could get them cheap. So here is a valuable calculator. This is the HP 65. Now, most people who's been reselling for a while, they know to pay attention to vintage calculators because people collect them. A lot of the vintage calculators from like the 70s and 80s, they can sell for $30 or $40. So when you're picking them up for like $1, they're kind of worth grabbing. Here's one that's worth quite a bit. It looks just like an old kind of generic calculator, so it could be easy to miss. I was just at a thrift store yesterday and I was digging through calculators. Just, you know, just the basic junky calculators you probably get at the dollar store for like $1, and they were pricing them at like $4 and $5. I'm like, what is wrong? Like, you're never gonna find anything good in these baskets. This thrift store is pricing everything too high. But then there was a Vietnamese to English translator in there for 99 cents, and well, it sells for $150. So just because thrift stores price stuff high, or you feel like that they already know what's valuable, they don't. They really don't. This calculator right here, you can see like the sets with the books, you know, is going for like $800, $600, a lot of money here. But when you get to just like the calculator here, it's still selling for like $250, $207 with the case there. There's one just $203, and it's a scientific calculator, by the way. Kind of crazy that some of these people, when they do listings, like this one right here, vintage HP 65, like the title here is just kind of boring, right? I guess just people are searching for these to collect, or for whatever reason. It still sells, but it's just kind of just a really basic title. I would put more keywords in there. Here's one I went for auction, $91. I don't suggest, oh, this was for parts only and it still sold for $91. That's probably pretty good. Here's just like a, what is this? An instruction card set. And yeah, a lot of times the paperwork and boxes can be worth more than the item. $80 for this instruction card set. There's a battery pack for it for $58. Just some of the books, you know, $48. There's another one for 42, power supply for 35. So there's a lot of money in this kind of calculator stuff. Not every calculator obviously is going to be, worth a lot of money. In fact, very few are worth picking up, but it's just something to pay attention to. Now here's something that I found out about years ago as well, and I've kind of been keeping an eye out for them. There's just something about a man who's 39 years old, who's creepy looking as it is, going to a thrift store and just flipping through women's panties. But there's some valuable ones here. The Vanity Fair, and I don't know why people are paying $330 for these. I really don't. Just because they're vintage, I believe 40s, 50s, 60s is where most of these were made. And I believe I saw Fruit of the Loom bought this company at some point. But yeah, $330 for a pair of underwear. Yeah, $309 here for this one. I noticed that they call them Vanties a lot. So there must be a pretty big market for them. 300. Here's a lot of 67. Just mixed in Victoria's Secret, vintage. But yeah, vintage underwear, even if it's not Vanity Fair, can be worth picking up. So if you go to an estate sale and there's just a drawer full of old women's underwear, maybe you should buy it. Go through it later. I would say that's probably worth doing. Now, I just haven't looked for these a lot. Like I said, I just feel very weird searching for them. But I'll be at like Salvation Army and I'll just walk by and see them hanging there. I'm like, oh, that looks just like the Vanity Fair stuff. I should go look at it. It just depends on how crowded the store is. But yeah, look at these things. So expensive. Even, if you come down here, they're like showing that they're see-through. Like, I don't know. Like, I see some of the keywords like sissy and stuff like that. So I would imagine that, there's some sort of, culture. I don't want to jump down the rabbit hole too much and try to figure out why people are buying these. I really don't care. Just as long as they bring money, it's something that I'm going to look for, when I'm out searching, because why not? Why not buy a pair of underwear and sell it for $300? Like, even if you jump way down here, you can see some of the more, I guess, undesirable ones are still selling for $37, $66, lots for $34. So there's money in vintage underwear. I don't know about men's underwear. I would assume some men's underwear are worth picking up, vintage wise, but yeah, definitely keep an eye out for these things. So here's something I actually picked up yesterday at a thrift store. I decided just to throw it in this video real quick. This is a Jibba Jabba Giggles doll. If anyone who grew up in the 90s remembers these, they weren't super popular. I guess they had their audience though. You like shake them and they make some weird like that was a bad demonstration, but it's something weird like that. I also find it strange that it was made by Ertl, which usually make like farm type toys and cars and stuff like that. But I had forgot that these existed until I found that one yesterday, and I'm like, wow, these things sell pretty good. It was the female one, which I don't even see. But you can see they're selling for around $40 plus shipping, so they're certainly worth picking up. Yeah, the female one I have might actually be, oh, there she is. She sold for $38.95. Miss Jibba Jabba. Isn't that what Mr. T said? What you'll Jibba Jabba and I don't know. I don't remember what Mr. T said. Something along those lines. But again, the point of this video is just to show you things that you may just walk by normally. When you go to a big yard sale, there's so much to look at, and you can just easily walk by a toy bin and miss this kind of thing. But now that you've seen this, you can probably, file it in your mind. At least that's how it works for me. So there are a few things you can look for while you're out sourcing at estate sales, garage sales, thrift stores. If you come across them, they're going to be worth picking up. They're easy to miss. I think a lot of people don't know about these. But before you leave, make sure you hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you knew about these items or if you've ever found these items. Make sure you're subscribed. You ring that bell. You see all my reselling videos. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.